Carolina, head coach Chad Holbrook, Carlos Cortes, Tyler Johnson, and Alex Destino. We'll open it up with a statement from the head coach, and then we'll shoot questions to the players. Coach?
Well, I couldn't be prouder of my team. They've had a lot thrown on top of them at a lot of different points this season, and they knew coming in here that our backs were against the wall, and it was a one-game season today pretty much, and they played their tails off. They handled adversity within the game after getting up 3-0 and thinking we had a little breathing room, and Vanderbilt, like the team they are, always fights back and tied it up, but our kids didn't lose their cool and their edge. Reed got us off to a decent start there, and Josh Reagan got some big outs. I think he retired 8 or 9 in a row there before the home run, and then Tyler Johnson was special. He was Tyler Johnson today, and we got some big swings at the bat from our guys, Alex, Carlos, Justin Rowe. It was a complete win. Played great defense. There's no errors on the board. We pitched our tails off, and we battled at the plate. I couldn't be prouder of my team.
All right, questions now for the players. Right here, front row.
What made you so effective today?
It was that I was throwing strikes today. I was able to put the ball in the zone, and was able to either force them to have weak contact on the fastball and then shake them off with an off speed, or keep pounding the fastball to them. And I just say that'd be the biggest difference. I was able to hit outside, inside, up and down today. So for the most part.
Just when's the last time you feel like you were that good on the mound?
I don't know. It reminded me of a regional-esque last year. I wasn't trying to throw my hardest. I was just trying to stay within myself. And clearly I need to do that a little bit more often.
Front row.
Colin Taylor, Gamecock Central. Tyler, did you go in with the mindset when you came in that you could go 3 or 4 innings today, depending on how they needed you?
No, well, the way things have gone, being a little bit erratic here recently or of late, I really just took it one pitch at a time. And once I did something good, I just said to myself, good, let's do it again and again and again. And I didn't have the expectation of going that far, but I'm glad I could give the team a chance to win.
My question for Carlos, Hannah Stevens, ESPN Radio in Huntsville. Started off with a hot start in the game. Not only did that fuel you for the rest of the game, but it really fueled your team. What was the mentality behind that first hit and your mentality behind the rest of the game?
I just got to pitch a drive. It was actually a hit and run, but I hit it out, and
Good coaching.
Yeah. Okay. It just fed energy, and then everything rolled after that. We hit a little cold spot. I think it was Zach King. He was throwing a lot of strikes out there, and then we just had a lot of energy the whole game, and played really good. Played a really good game.
Back here.
Jeff Owens, Spurs and Feathers for Alex. Just kind of what's the mood of the team after this win? Was this an emotional win, and how do you guys feel right now? Are you relieved, or what's going through your mind after a win like this?
I wouldn't say it's a huge emotional win, but kind of Coach said it earlier, it really took the pressure off of us in a way. Obviously we got a lot of work, we got our hands full, but we just can go out there and play and enjoy each other now. Getting into double elimination is huge, but we're all obviously, like Carlos said, we're very excited in the dugout. After I hit that double, I was more excited to look at my teammates in the dugout, kind of watch them celebrate and kind of see the smiles on faces, guys on the faces of guys that haven't smiled in a while, and that was good to see. So very exciting game. Obviously, it's a big win. Any win for the Gamecocks and Hoover's a big one. So kind of just got to keep going, and we got our hands full. We know that. We're aware of who we have to play coming up, but a win like that can kind of get you in the right frame of mind to go forward.
John Woodall, TheBigSquare.com. Alex, obviously there have been some late innings leads that have been given up. To come up there in that situation and give Tyler an extra couple of runs, what was going through your mind going up to the plate, especially considering you didn't have some success earlier with runners on base?
I just, not every at bat, but I felt like there were a few bats today I was hitting the ball hard and didn't really have a whole lot to show for it, but just kind of went in there. Me and Coach Lake talked right before it. He said, sit on something, look for a pitch to drive, and I was actually looking for a breaking ball, and I got a first pitch breaking ball, but it was a I was looking for it in, but it was out, and then I kind of just said, Alex, stick to your approach, try to hit the ball hard wherever it's pitched, and grooved me a fastball. I was lucky enough to put a good swing on and put our team up.
Alex, I saw you kind of embrace Riley after the 11th inning. Just what did you say to him after such a big at-bat when he walked in the room?
Well, I mean, that I told him, I said, I can't really say what I said to him, but he, I was very, very excited for him. I think that's an at-bat that he'll think about when he's laying in bed tonight and kind of mature from. A 2-2 and a 3-2 count against a very good pitcher with a very good breaking ball. I told him, right, that's probably the most mature at-bat you've had at this university. Just kind of, I don't think right now you're going to realize how big that at-bat was, but when you have time to kick back and really think about it, that was a huge at-bat, probably the biggest at-bat in the game for us. And it got me fired up in a very good mood for my at-bat. So, I mean, that was probably, for a freshman especially, a true freshman, to kind of be in that spot, first time in Hoover, all he's heard about is the outside noise of how bad we do here. So for him to do that against a very good arm that Vanderbilt threw, that was fun to watch for me.
Tyler, what does that hit that Alex had mean for you going out there, having a 3-run lead and instead of just 1 run out there?
I mean, I just know that those 2 extra runs were really appreciated, and you know, been in some cutters before and hadn't always worked out for myself, and so it gave me a little bit of wiggle room, and you know, it really calmed me down, to be honest with you. So I just knew that if I stuck with myself, with a little help, we'd finish this thing off.
Any more questions for the players? All right, thanks, guys. You guys can step down. Thank you. Questions now for Coach Holbrook. Back row here.
Yeah.
Jeff Owens, Spurs and Feathers. Chad, would you just talk about Riley, like Alex was talking about, how big was that at that particular moment?
Well, for a freshman to come up and have a 1st and 3rd and 1-out situation earlier to win the game, maybe, I guess it was maybe the 8th or 9th, maybe the 8th, I believe, had an opportunity to win it there, and he hits into a double play. He kept his wits about him and showed some maturity, and then settled in there and had a very confident at bat. He took 2 really good swings on it and fouled them back against a really good pitcher, and then he made the pitcher throw the ball in the strike zone after being in a 1-2-2-2 count, and it was a bat at bat in a situation that you don't really see a lot of freshmen execute, and it was really, really neat to see him, and that obviously gave us some momentum, and I think spurred Alex on to get a big knock.
Where does this win rank personally for you in Hoover? Your first win in Hoover?
I'm not. It's a big win, but I've been lucky to be in a dugout with a lot of big ones. You know, and it's a postseason win. You know, and it's a big one. The SEC tournament's important, especially where we're sitting. But you know, it's one win, and we're going to try to enjoy it for a couple hours and get our mindset on playing another great game tomorrow. And but it was obviously important because our backs were against the wall and our season was on the line. Now let's take a deep breath and try to play our rear ends off tomorrow.
You mentioned Riley's at bat, but you guys had a couple of other chances and weren't able to score. And then to see them keep fighting and end up coming out on top.
Well, you have to be around my players every single day to understand the investment they put in. And when you see investment after investment after investment and work after work after work, and they don't get a return, it can break the spirit. And I'm as proud as I can be of our players because their spirit wasn't broke and hasn't been broke all year long. And is our record what we want it to be? No. Have they played some pretty darn good baseball in my view? Yeah, but we lost some tough ones. But they've stuck together. They have a good spirit about them. They come to the park every day to get better, even when things hadn't looked good. And it was good to see them perform at such a high level. These last 2 games that we've played might be our 2 best games of the year. And for what they've been through and the adversity they've faced, that makes me extremely proud.
Chad, along those lines, what was your reaction? What was it feel like in the dugout after Alex hit that ball off the wall?
Well, I mean, we knew the game wasn't over because Vanderbilt can score runs in a hurry. But it was just great to see our team celebrate in the dugout because those moments have been few and far between. And a lot of those end of the game moments haven't necessarily gone our way. And to see our guys, both that were playing and not playing, celebrate a big moment like that because they deserve it. Our kids deserve a moment like that. And hopefully they'll even start feeling better and create a few more as we go on.
Chad, any idea what you do pitching-wise tomorrow, and what do you have left from the guys?
No, I hope it'll rain a couple of days, and we'll get back on track. And, you know, we're due one of those. I'm going to go out and draw a few rain turtles in the parking lot, and maybe we can get back in the swing of things and get on a routine. But, I don't know. We're not going to push Will up tomorrow. And, you know, we'll look at a number of different guys. And, you know, Cody Morris is fresh and ready, and got some other guys, and we may mix and match a little bit. You know, Coley and Park can pitch some, and we'll have a number of other guys too that we're going to have to get in there. But we'll get back on routine maybe on Thursday if we can find a way to play a great game tomorrow and get some contributions from pitchers that hadn't been in this spot before.
Coach, you know, you look at the SEC as a whole. You look at the past couple of weekends. A lot of standings have been shifted a little bit. You come in this game. A lot of people didn't think you're going to win. You proved yourself today, but you know that says more about your team and as a conference as a whole. That you know it doesn't really matter what your range when you come in a tournament like this. You know, what was your mindset coming in this tournament? What were you telling your guys that hey, it doesn't matter?
You don't even look at the seeding. You know, I know fans do, but everybody in this league that's in this league knows that the 12th seed can beat the number 1 seed. And every team is so evenly. You have to outperform your opponent. And every team is very, very good. And you know, we knew we're going to play a great team no matter what comes tomorrow. And there's not going to be a good matchup. There's no good matchups in this league because everybody's so darn good. So you just got to try to play and focus on yourself and play great baseball. And we did that today.
Got time for one more.
What went into the decision to run for LT? Was he hurt or just to get a little more speed out there? And did you think you would look out there in the 9th, 10th inning and see the infield that you saw?
Well, LT's hurt. And there's not a kid that plays harder and gives more energy and want to on our team than LT, but he's hurt. And he's laying it on the line for our team. And his knee is really, really bothering him. Obviously, he's had the migraine issue. He's got a bum wrist. Kid's beat up, but he's laying on the line for us. And at that moment in the game, he needed to come out. It wasn't the strategy. It was LT can't run. And so we had to put Flynn in there. And, you know, he created a little havoc for us.
Last one, Coach. Sorry.
Just curious, this is a ballpark that doesn't have a lot of home runs. What was going through your head when you guys hit 3 in the first 3 innings?
We made it look like a bandbox. Jeez. It was just one of those days. You know, the ball was carrying. They hit some homers, and heck, Rowe hit a homer. It was just one of those days. And, you know, we got some bat speed, and we got some guys with some pop, and it's good to see them square some balls up because we haven't always done that consistently enough. And it was a complete game for our team. I know we only got 7 hits in 11 innings, but Vanderbilt's pitching's awfully good. But we played defense behind our guys. Tyler was Tyler, Reagan was Reagan, Reed was Reed, and it was a complete team win for us. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Coach.